$200. That's what many people pay for an air purifier. But what if you could build one yourself for around $30? What's even more surprising is that independent tests have shown DIY air purifiers like this can remove airborne particles at rates surprisingly close to commercial units, costing hundreds of dollars. Sounds crazy? I thought so too. So I wanted to find out why. When I started looking for an air purifier, I expected to spend maybe $50. Instead, I found models selling for $200, $300, even over $500. And that made me wonder, what exactly am I paying for? Sure, some models come with touch screens, Wi-Fi, air quality sensors, automatic modes, and sleek designs. But are those features actually cleaning the air, or is something else doing all the work? So I started digging into how air purifiers actually work. And what I found was surprisingly simple. Air enters the purifier, passes through a filter. A fan pulls the air through and clean air comes out the other side. That's basically it. Which raises another question. If the idea is this simple, why can't we just build one ourselves? To answer that, we first need to figure out which part actually cleans the air. Is it the fan? No, the fan simply moves air. The filter does all the cleaning. So if the filter is doing all the work, choosing the right filter becomes the most important decision. Not all filters are the same. Some barely catch dust. Others capture much smaller particles but also restrict airflow. That's why many DIY builders recommend a MERV 13 filter. It captures dust, pollen, smoke, and many fine airborne particles while still allowing plenty of air to pass through. In other words, if you pair a good filter with enough airflow, you have the core of an effective air purifier. Once I understood that, the rest of the project suddenly became much simpler. All I needed was a 20-inch box fan, a MERV 13 filter, some duct tape and a piece of cardboard for one small upgrade later. The total cost, about $30. Now let's build it. Place the filter against the back of the fan. Before attaching it, look for the airflow arrow printed on the side of the filter. It should point toward the fan. Next, line the filter up so it completely covers the back of the fan. At first I thought I could just tape it on and call it a day, but then I learned something interesting. Air always takes the path of least resistance. If there are gaps around the filter, some air will simply bypass it instead of passing through it. That means less filtered air. So seal every edge with duct tape. The goal is to force as much air as possible through the filter. That small detail makes a surprisingly big difference. There's one more upgrade that's worth adding. A cardboard shroud. It's simply a piece of cardboard with a large circular opening attached to the front of the fan. It may not look like much, but it helps reduce turbulence and improves airflow efficiency. It's a tiny upgrade, but a smart one. And that's it, your DIY air purifier is finished. Plug it in, turn it on and let it do its job. So, is it actually as good as a $200 air purifier? Not exactly. Premium models are usually quieter. They often look nicer. Many include sensors, automatic fan speeds and smartphone apps. But when it comes to the most important job, moving a large amount of air through a high-quality filter, this DIY design follows the exact same principle. And that's what surprised me most. You're not just paying for cleaner air, you're also paying for convenience, design, electronics, and extra features. If all you want is an effective way to reduce dust, pollen, smoke, and other airborne particles in a room, this DIY air purifier is surprisingly capable. For around $30, that's hard to beat. If you enjoy discovering cheaper alternatives to expensive everyday products, consider subscribing. That's exactly what this channel is all about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.